The Betrayal of Jesus, a story of trust and treachery. In the heart of Jerusalem, as Passover approached, Jesus gathered with his disciples for what would be known as the Last Supper. Among them was Judas Iscariot, a man trusted as the group's treasurer, but harboring a secret that would alter the course of history. As they dined, Jesus spoke solemnly, "One of you will betray me." The disciples were shocked, each questioning, "Is it I, Lord?" Judas, too, asked, concealing his guilt beneath a veil of calm. Unbeknownst to the others, Judas had already conspired with the chief priests, who sought to arrest Jesus without causing an uproar among the people. Tempted by greed, Judas agreed to deliver Jesus to them for 30 pieces of silver, the price of a common slave. He had promised to identify Jesus with a simple kiss, a gesture of friendship twisted into a signal of betrayal. Later that evening, Jesus led his disciples to the Garden of Gethsemane, a quiet place where he often prayed. As Jesus agonized over the suffering he knew was imminent, Judas approached with a band of soldiers and temple guards, their torches casting flickering shadows among the olive trees. He stepped forward, greeting Jesus with a kiss. "Friend, do what you came for," Jesus said, his voice calm despite the treachery. At Judas's signal, the guards seized Jesus. Peter, one of the disciples, tried to defend him, cutting off the ear of a servant, but Jesus rebuked him, healing the man and surrendering peacefully. The disciples, overcome with fear, scattered into the night. The gravity of his actions soon weighed heavily on Judas. Overwhelmed by guilt, he attempted to return the silver to the chief priests, declaring, "I have sinned by betraying innocent blood." But they dismissed him, leaving Judas to grapple with his remorse alone. He ultimately took his own life, a tragic end to a man whose greed and disillusionment had led him to betray the Messiah. Jesus, meanwhile, was tried and sentenced to crucifixion, fulfilling prophecies that spoke of a suffering Savior. Despite Judas's betrayal, Jesus' sacrifice offered redemption not just to his disciples, but to all humanity. His forgiveness and love shone even in the face of treachery, leaving a legacy of hope that transcended Judas's infamous act. The story of Judas reminds us of the destructive power of greed and the importance of faithfulness, even in the most trying times.